Today is not a wig day. It's a puff day. It's not a lash and makeup day either because mama is tired. Right now I'm in the basement of the club just so I could get away from the music. It's really loud. I was convinced that I need to talk about like my work-life balance, why I go as hard as I do, and what I do to make sure that my kids are good. I'm the general manager of a restaurant and lounge. We're a restaurant that turns into a nightclub. So I do that on salary. And I'm also a waitress in the daytime. You can see from some of my other content. I waitress from 9 a.m. to 2 or 3 p.m. at the latest because I have to get my kids from school. Sometimes I start at like 10 and get off at like 1. Sometimes I just do the lunch rush, but typically I work like 9 to 2 or 9 to 3. And I waitress Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So I waitress 4 days a week. And then I do some gigs a couple nights a week where I work for an entertainment company and help manage music and podcast studio. So that work is like, it's incentive based. It's based off of our performance, like how busy we make it, how much music we're producing, if we're doing a concert, if we book enough tables, things like that. It's kind of, everybody's got to be, all in to get paid. So that scale kind of slides, but typically that's a few $100s a day that I'm able to pop up for that. And then sometimes with that work, you're playing the long game. So like when I'm sitting in on a session or hooking an artist up with a producer or things like that, I'm not necessarily getting paid up front for that. I'm putting something together to create a piece of art to make money with later by doing a show, right? But it all ties together. I've been in the hospitality industry since I was 18. It's kind of a long story how I ended up in the workforce. That's a whole nother video. But I had to work. So I've been doing this for a really long time. I started managing when I was 21, and I became a GM at 26. 39 now, so I'll be 40. Yeah, I'm 39 now. I'll be 40 this summer. I'm a Leo. So yeah, I've been a general manager for 13 years. I've opened several restaurants, and this is the first time that I've worked in like a restaurant and lounge environment. And with this type of schedule, I was able to set myself up to like be free during the daytime. So once my kids were old enough to go to school and I was, still at home, I went through a breakup. I was just kind of in a bad space where I had set myself up to where I could do this job and just work a couple days a week and have my children with me full time, and I was super comfortable. But going from 2 finances to 1, you got to make some changes. So I was dealing with someone that just thought that I was the type of person to sit around and just let stuff happen to me, but they really had me confused. When I was a corporate restaurant manager, I was used to working like 60 plus hours. With this job, I only have to work like 25. So I was living the life. I was happy about that. But I decided that I could, work 20, 25 hours in the morning while my kids are at school. So yeah, that's how my schedule goes. I get up, take them to school. If all goes well and everything is on time, I go to the gym. And then from the gym, I go to work. And then from work, I go to pick them up from school. My daughter is a competitive dancer, so I take her to her practices and go home, and sometimes I have to situate them with their dad because I have to work the nightlife job. I do this Wednesday nights, Friday nights, and Saturday nights. And then I work brunch on Sundays. And then you remember my other schedule is I'm a waitress Wednesday through Saturday. So Fridays I'm doing Wednesdays, like today I did a double. Like I worked in the morning, was with my kids, and now I'm back at work to work a 10 to 2. This morning was a 10:45 to like 3. But even with both of those, it's still like a normal person's one shift. So it's ideal for me. I get to break up my day and capitalize on like my income. When I tell people that I started serving again, sometimes they're surprised. Like, why are you doing that? Like, I came on the serving floor today at 10:45. I was cut at 2:30. I made $139 in tips plus 15 per hour. We'll break that math down later. But it was like 4 hours that I worked, made that money. Now I'm gonna work 4 hours tonight. Tonight I'm gonna make my salary, this day for my paycheck, and then I'm gonna make another couple $100 because the studio team that I work for doing gigs they host at my job on Wednesday nights. So it's like I make money from both businesses by being here for another 4 hours. I have to do things the way I'm doing it because I need flexibility with my lifestyle. My rent is $14.50. My daughter's dance expenses on the low end is like $450 a month. When the competition season starts, it goes up to, on the low end, then it'll be $600 a month. Last year it got to like $700. It depends on how many routines she's in. This year she has 3 team dances, a company dance, 2 company dances, and then she has a solo. So she's in 6 this year. Last year she did 5. This year she's doing 6. So last year her tuition got over $700. This year I know for sure it's going to be somewhere between $700 and $800 once the season like really goes into full swing. So that on top of like car insurance, light bill, groceries, and stuff like that. I'm not gonna allow my kids to not be able to, live their best life because I made a choice to leave their father and not continue to build with him, to have a single parent household. My kids also go to private school, so they have their private school tuition, and then as long as I got my manicures and pedicures and gym membership, I'm cool. So I hustle with. So I want to get into ownership. That's the next move, like home ownership, venue ownership, restaurant ownership, and all those things are at my fingertips. Also going to get into commercial real estate. I've opened 6 restaurants, this one included. So I think commercial real estate is the ideal next step for me. I want to help people find the right fit before it's too late, because oftentimes you go into these places and you deal with the issues that the owners are having. They're struggling getting open because they purchased a property that may not have had, proper hood systems in it. They weren't set up for a restaurant. So I want to go in beforehand, find these things, and match the owner with the property. and then continue to help them get it open. So I want to bring everything full circle. I was able to take my corporate restaurant knowledge and come over and apply it to privately owned restaurants. So I believe that all of those things that I've learned and that I know can come full circle. I love working in entertainment. I love music. I love working in music. I love hospitality. I love customer service. So while it might sound like I'm stressed, I love my life. I love what I do. I love people. And I love that I'm able to I get paid to create. I get paid to design menus. I get paid to come up with recipes. I get paid to put shows together. I get paid to train. I get paid to hire. I get to develop people. I get to teach. I've trained so many managers. I just help people advance their careers, like people development, business development, things like that, that I think it's a blessing, especially now that I'm able to just, help owners that look like me. So yeah, my schedule is crazy. If you didn't know I was waitressing, even though I'm a GM, I know I'm crazy, but I do it for my kids. But thanks for watching this ramble session. Bye now, I'm gonna get to work. It's industry night. Tonight is the night that niggas is gonna act like they're all special. So I need somebody to stand right here with me because I ain't trying to argue with nobody.